at this point I should just stop introducing myself with the surprise, I'm going on another trip, because that's what you're expecting, right? We don't really see Paris anymore in these videos. If you want to, well, it's Montreuil, but it's a suburb of Paris. I'm going somewhere. I'm going to tease this a little bit. I have 2 days off this week. It's in France. We have the 8th and the 10th are national holidays. I cannot for the life of me remember which holidays they are. Like the May 1st was like International Labor Day, and then May 8th is the Ascension, maybe? Oh, I'm not Catholic. But in any case, we have Tuesday and Thursday off, so I booked to go away until Friday. I'm leaving, again, I'm filming right as I should be leaving for the airport, but I am making sure that my battery isn't low. It's not. Going to Venice. It's very exciting because Venice has been on my list for a very long time. People keep saying it's beautiful, it's beautiful, beautiful, it's wonderful, and I know. And every time I've been like, oh, making possible travel plans with people. Oh, maybe we could go to Venice. Like, oh, I've already been to Venice. Like, okay, well, then I'm going by myself. And also, Venice is supposed to be underwater in the next, 40 years. So, got a deadline. Got a limit. So, let's go to Venice. Pew. Starting the day with a breakfast buffet because I couldn't be creative enough to go on TripAdvisor and find advice for breakfast and a crossword. Okay, next day in Venice, in the morning. This is the canal for the first, I'm actually seeing it for the first time in the day because I got here and it was pretty dark. Didn't actually do much last night, which is why there's no footage, but basically I got to the hostel, checked in, went out for dinner, just at a place that was open down the street, and the waiter in true classic fashion was flirting the whole time. He said, do you want some water? No. He says, do you want a kiss? No. I was like, oh, hey, here we go again. And then it turns out he was from Tunisia, and then when he found out, he's like, where do you live? I'm like, I live in Paris. And he's like, ah, mais tu parles français. Ouais, mais j'ai pas envie. He was like, do you live alone in Paris? I was like, I have a boyfriend. Stop. And then he walked away immediately, so sure. But whatever. Today's a new day. I'm gonna go on a walking tour. I had to reserve it, but it's still free. I just wanted a head count. I'm hoping it gets a little bit warmer because I'm wearing tank top and shorts. That was a boob shot. And it's currently 22 degrees Celsius. I'm in the shade, so it's not very warm, but hopefully walking around and being in the sun will make it a little bit warmer. This is the first day that I've put on sunscreen this year. It's very exciting. Now I smell like it. Could be worse. Now I have to go take a ferry. It's very exciting. Hope it's not expensive. So the boat that I need to get to the other side of the canal, where the main city is, doesn't come for 20 minutes. So I guess I just have to cool my jets here-ish. I mean, the water's right there. I might just sit there and be near it. But one main concern, or the main concern that I'm having right now, I don't know how to buy a ticket for the bus. Because the ticket that I had yesterday, apparently it expired. And there's validation stations, but there's nothing, as far as I can see, to buy a ticket, so we'll see.
In the 13th century from a region that was called at the time Morea.
Ooh, flowers. The tour guide was explaining, didn't film it because I didn't know he was going to talk about it. He was explaining how if you live in Venice, the ground floor apartments are always cheaper because they're the ones that flood when the water levels rise in the canals. And he said there are sometimes pumps to evacuate the water, to bail it out, because if you don't have like appropriate guarding, or if the building is really old, sometimes the water rises and comes out through the toilet. So you might be kind of stuck in toilet water for a few hours. Usually it goes down pretty quickly, but risky. What's the other thing you said? Oh, and then sometimes it raises like up to about waist level in St. Marco's Square, because it's St. Mark's, San Marco, because it's the lowest part. It's only 80 centimeters off of sea level. By the way, we're going over a bridge. Other side. And so like sometimes people, usually tourists, go to St. Mark's Square even if it's flooded and swim there, or even like try to have a coffee there, but then they realize like, oh wait, I'm swimming with dirt and rats. So a sign that tourists are super intelligent, myself included. Sure. So one funny thing is like every time you go over a bridge, technically you're changing islands. So there's something like 118 islands, or 120, something like that. And almost every single one has a church. Not all, but almost. Oh look, it's like a beautiful canal in Venice with like nobody. There's nobody on this stretch. I mean, there's like one or two restaurants, so there's actually one walking toward me right now. But it's like perfect weather, perfect ambiance, like nobody other than porters. Something that I've noticed a lot is like, obviously you don't have streets, so you can drive delivery trucks or mail trucks, so they have to just either have boats, like to go up and down the canals and pack things up. I saw somebody with like a bunch of IKEA boxes on one of the boats. Or they have guys wheeling like big dollies or big carts behind them just up and down the streets. And that's like how they deliver stuff, which looks really labor intensive. I feel like I get tired quickly doing that. But the tour is now ended. I'm just wandering. I'm in like the northern part of the city, which is supposed to be where there's like cheap eats. So I don't know, I'm just kind of looking to chill. Just gonna wander and chill in the sun. I'm trying to get healthy tan. I put on sunscreen, Mom, don't worry. But, you know, a little color never hurt nobody. Fit in. I can't exactly use the phrase, but, you know, when in Rome, when in Venice, do as the Venetians do in terms of skin tone. I don't know. That seems reductive and the wrong thing to say. Never mind. Oops. Someone got pizza for lunch in Italy. Someone's a stereotype. Here's something that I just noticed. On top of this wall here, I'm not sure if it's other places in the city, but definitely here, it's not barbed wire. It's definitely glass, like to keep the pigeons from landing, or maybe to keep people from crawling over. I don't know, but that seems hardcore. So this is a monument to the Jewish lives lost in during the Holocaust, I believe. I can't read Italian very well. The square, this is now the Jewish quarter. It's called Ghetto Novo, I guess. Peanuts, caramel, chocolate. It's a Snickers bar in gelato form. Gelato. Well, there's a famous thing. I'm gonna try to go over it. I'm gonna guess it's gonna take me a good 15 minutes to walk over it just because it looks crowded. Oh God.
If I see something better, then I can, you know, use it. I got some English, and it's quite pretty. But when you took the lady means of pointing out Gotham, I thought that bits of coloured glass.
Same, bro. So the Acqua Alta bookstore, Libreria Acqua Alta, which means high water library, I guess. And we were told about this on the tour. We just showed it. They have a big bookcase made out of stairs. And I didn't know this, but you can go up the stairs and look down at the river, so I'm going to do that. But there's someone in front of me. I'm not sure if you're supposed to go up this way or this way. I kind of like the look of this way. Okay. Oh, I hope this is stable. It's not very stable. Oh, and the handrail isn't stable either. Oh, it feels like wrong to be standing on books. Like, oh, I'm sorry, authors. But, oh, it is lovely up here. They weren't wrong. There's a gondola right behind me. So, for better for worse. Okay, I'm going to go down the other way. Oh, this is not stable. This is not something you want to be doing with a camera in your hand. Oh, fuck. Okay. Whew. And inside it is just piled high. There's a gondola with books. There's the driver. Well, this guy just has no chill. I mean, look where he's looking. Oh, it's definitely a gondolier. This would never float, by the way. So, having the Merchant of Venice. Focus. Focus. I think having the Merchant of Venice in a Venetian bookstore is kind of on the nose, but I'm still charmed by it. Here's the bookstore from the outside. There's a sign that says, the camera wants to zoom. Walking in front of it. Yeah, welcome to the most beautiful bookstore in the world. Okay. You go ahead and think that. So, my mother gave me an assignment when I told her I was coming to Venice. She said, I want you to sit in a cafe and I want you to eat something nice. It's like a chocolate brioche bun. It's got this thing, it's like mandarin lemonade, and I tried it. It's super bitter, so I'm gonna have to sip it. Or put some sugar in it or something. I don't know. Here we go. So, it's a couple hours after I filmed anything. I'm feeling a little bit tired from all the walking around, and surprise, I burnt myself today. So I just wanted to sit for a little bit. I had my face straight. I did 2 crosswords and read like 2 chapters of a Bill Bryson book. So unfortunately it's starting to get a little bit chilly. So I'm gonna have to think about walking around a little bit just to get the blood circulating. I'm not particularly hungry at the moment, but it's almost 8 o'clock. So I feel like, I know it's gonna take me a little while to get back to the hostel as well. And I don't know if I'm just gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do after dinner. So I'm thinking I'm gonna wander around a little bit, do back alley things, see if I can just stumble upon a restaurant. And then if and when I do get hungry, I'll just look one up. It comes to that, and food. So, meandering. Guys, ostrich in Italian doesn't mean ostrich, it means oyster. I don't know what to do with this information. Uh-oh, we got a free shot of limoncello. It's gonna be great. And it might be dangerous. Well, on my way back to the hostel, I ended up walking... On my way back to the hostel, I ended up walking up to St. Mark's Square, or Piazza San Marco, which, to be fair, I'm not really excited about being in because it looks kind of shitty. But, I mean, this building is really pretty. I kind of ran through here in a hurry on my way to the tour this morning because I was a little bit late because I got stuck behind tourists who walk like turtles. And I guess it's a little bit more charming at night only because there are people who are throwing those colorful things in the air. Let's see if I can find one. Is that blue thing falling? There's one. There's another one over there. Oh! Very close. Anyway. This is it. There's as far as I can tell, not much value. Although, I'm just seeing now, there's like it's not an orchestra, but there's some group playing. That's kind of cute. Not enough to make me want to stay though.